Hey everybody, so in today's video we're going to be talking about what is CPTSD. So right off the bat, CPTSD is complex post-traumatic stress disorder. Essentially it's PTSD, just more complex and more severe. According to Pete Walker in his book, From Surviving to Thriving, or CPTSD From Surviving to Thriving, the 5 key developmental arrests of CPTSD are a vicious inner critic, toxic shame, self-abandonment, emotional flashbacks, and social anxiety. And then I added in a few development arrests just based on my own personal experiences, which are arrested relational development, so trouble with people and relationships in general, a low stress threshold, an overactive limbic system, which is the limbic system is just the fight-flight mechanism in your brain, and then compartmentalized trauma. So as you can see, those are like 9 or 10 different, I think 9 areas, 9 fundamental areas that all need to be addressed individually. So, for example, let's take the inner critic, right? That's something that let's say cognitive behavioral therapy might be able to address, and that's fine. That's good. There's nothing wrong with cognitive behavioral therapy, but it's part of the healing process. But you need a lot more than just something like that. Even EMDR. I never actually did EMDR because I never knew what it was. Nobody ever brought it up to me. I hear it's helpful. From what I understand, based on what Pete Walker has to say about it, it does help in certain respects. But again, there's many other areas you need to work on, right? So, emotional healing, you need to learn how to calm that limbic system down, the overactive thinking, so there's really a lot of, you need to heal, but you also need to recondition a lot of the ways you've been conditioned and trained over the years to function with yourself and with people. And really, they say at the core, CPTSD is like an attachment disorder, like an emotional attachment disorder. So if you can, they say that if you can get with just one person, it could be a loved one or like a therapist or something, and really get to an emotional social place where you're really open and vulnerable with that person, and you feel comfortable and safe enough to be totally open and trusting with them on an emotional level, that fundamentally, if you can establish that, at least with one person, you can kind of like fundamentally get over complex PTSD. So it's complicated, as it's complex, it really is, but it can be overcome. It's not like a death sentence. So that's what all those developmental arrests I just mentioned to you, I wrote them down, and then I just kind of went through each one and found out the best ways to kind of heal each one, and then just kind of did it. For me, and we'll go, as the channel goes on, we'll go in more in depth into each area and what is most helpful to, overcome those areas. And again, I'm going to have to say this all the time. I'm not a therapist. I'm not even a life coach. I'm just sharing information. How do we put this? Or sharing information that's helpful in maintaining one's well-being or something like that. But definitely not here to diagnose anybody. We're not here to fix anyone or heal anybody. I'm just here to share insights into this issue of CPTSD and what's helpful for overcoming those areas in conjunction with therapy, right? So it's kind of, ideally you need the whole kit and caboodle. Find a good therapist. For me, the hardest part though is sometimes it's hard to do. Like, it's hard to find an actual good therapist who can help you. So that's why I feel compelled to share a lot of this stuff and just share what's been helpful for me. So, what really helped me a lot? Not only meditation, I swear to God, a lot of people don't like meditation when it comes to healing from trauma, and that's okay. If you feel like it's not for you, you don't have to do it. But I swear to you, like, it helps so many areas. It helped calm my mind down. It helped me to have more inner peace and joy. It really cut down on my anxiety a lot. It kind of is a way to love yourself, self-compassion and everything. And it's fantastic, really. Even like stretching, they call that like somatic therapy, which is like more physical therapy. Stretching is really helpful. Even they say even getting like massages can like help release trauma that's stored in the body. They have that book, The Body Keeps the Score. And stretching, I think I just said that, right? But stretching. So yoga it really is incredible. Like, regardless of what kind you practice, like if you just do a little, it can help so much just with your nervous, just scientifically, forget about the spiritual stuff, just scientifically, it can help a lot. And so I think that's we answered the question. What is what is complex PTSD, right? So that's what this video is meant to do, just kind of give you an basic overview of what CPTSD is, and then we'll go, as time goes on, we'll go deeper into each area, and then explore how to overcome it. But one other thing that helped me a lot was it's a form of meditation. It's an audio technology called HoloSync audio technology, dude. It's unbelievable, like because you don't have to like try to meditate. It just meditates for you. You just put on some good headphones and just like let it run. Oh my God, dude. It's scientifically proven to calm your nervous system down, calm down that overactive limbic system. It cuts down on social anxiety. Emotional flashbacks. That's a huge issue with CPT. An emotional flashback is basically a non-visual flashback, an emotional feeling flashback to feeling like you're a helpless, powerless child in different periods of your life where you were a helpless, defenseless child, and maybe you were in an abusive situation with your parent or something, and so that sometimes things can happen in your life, and it triggers that old feeling, and it's basically like a panic attack. It really feels kind of like a panic attack. There's more to it than just being a panic attack, but so meditation and learning to watch your breath and calm your mind down, it helps you to really move through emotional flashbacks. Emotional flashbacks, they say, oh, by the way, they say you can't heal 100% from CPTSD, but you fundamentally can get your life back, right? Like I'd say in the night, like to where you can function and live a happy, productive life. But there are certain things, like for me, sometimes I'll see an emotional flashback happen. Like if somebody yells at me or something, I'll have like it'll kind of like, bring me back to when my mom was yelling at me as a child and stuff. Or really the vicious inner critic, where I do a lot of like worrying and really like obsessive worrying. Like it's exhausting, man. Like, and I could remind myself that some of my worrying is irrational, but it's still happening, and I still have to keep, because it's like, when you grow up where like everything actually isn't okay all the time, no matter what, like your brain is conditioned that things are just always not going to be okay, so it's one of the hardest parts about it, I'd say. But anyway, that's what CPTSD is in a nutshell: complex post-traumatic stress disorder. The key developmental arrests, again, are a vicious inner critic, emotional flashbacks, social anxiety, toxic shame, self-abandonment, and then I added in relational arrested development, a low stress threshold, an overactive limbic system, and compartmentalized trauma. By the way, I figured out how to, like, it wasn't just me alone. There was other people. I found tools that's what I'm saying. Like, I had to go out and find tools that worked, and then just kind of like put together like my own system, kind of, to just heal myself, just to get back to, because the therapists weren't helping. So anyway, that's what complex PTSD is, and we'll get more into it in each area of it as the videos progress. Hope you guys are doing well, and I'll see you in the next one.